Want to look leaner, stronger, and instantly more athletic without changing your weight? It all comes down to mastering the V-taper. Broad shoulders, a wide upper back, and a narrow waist create that classic dominant male silhouette that turns heads and boosts confidence. In this video, you'll discover the 6 key exercises that sculpt this powerful shape, even if you're over 40 and just getting back into training. Ready to build the frame that speaks strength before you say a word? Let's dive in.
Number 6. Dumbbell lateral raises. You want wider shoulders? Stop wasting time on machines that feel like they were built for toddlers. Grab a pair of dumbbells and earn that width rep by rep. Dumbbell lateral raises aren't flashy, but they are lethal for sculpting the side delts. And guess what? Side delts are everything when it comes to building that dramatic V-taper. This move isolates the medial deltoid, the muscle that gives your shoulders their roundness and your upper body its visual width. Most guys think they're training it during overhead presses or bench presses, but spoiler, they're not. You want that cap look? Lateral raises are the ticket. Momentum is for cheaters and CrossFitters. If you're swinging the weights like you're trying to take off, you're doing it wrong. Strict form. Slight bend in the elbows. Raise to shoulder height, not above. Control the descent. Feel that burn? Good. That's not pain, that's progress. Side delts respond incredibly well to volume and frequency. They're small but stubborn, so you hit them often. 3 to 4 times a week? Yes, if you're smart about it. Use light to moderate weights, push the reps, and recover like an adult, not like a 20-year-old slamming energy drinks and skipping sleep. Want a pro tip? Try mechanical drop sets. Start with strict lateral raises, then go partials at the bottom range once you can't lift anymore. This forces the delts to keep working past fatigue, and that's where the growth lives. And if you're still not convinced how important lateral raises are, just look at any guy with a wide upper body and narrow waist. What's standing out? Not his chest, not his traps. It's those damn side delts flaring out like armor plates. That's what gives your physique presence. So next time you walk into the gym and think, I should probably do more bench, pause and ask yourself, do I want to look strong or do I want to look unstoppable? Because the V-taper isn't built from the front, it's built from the sides. Dumbbell lateral raises aren't optional, they're foundational. Skip them and your frame stays flat. Train them and your silhouette turns into a statement.
Number 5. Overhead press. If lateral raises build the width, the overhead press builds the mass. This is the exercise that puts actual size on your shoulders, the kind that fills out t-shirts and makes you look like you mean business from across the room. The overhead press targets the front and side delts with bonus activation in your traps, triceps, and core. It's a true compound lift, and for building a V-taper, it's non-negotiable. Think of it as the vertical counterpart to the bench press, but way more functional and way less ego-driven. Here's the trick most guys miss. It's not about brute force, it's about clean mechanics. Squeeze your glutes, brace your core, keep the rib cage down, and drive those dumbbells or that barbell straight up. Not behind you, not in front of you, but stacked directly over your shoulders. Done right, the overhead press doesn't just grow your delts, it protects your joints and reinforces posture. Done wrong, say hello to impingements, tight traps, and shoulder pain that haunts you every time you put a plate on the top shelf. Start light. I know, shocking, but too many guys load the bar like they're trying out for a strongman show and then wonder why they're stuck at the same weight for 6 months. Build the movement, build the range, then add load. There's also variation. Seated dumbbell press for control, standing barbell press for raw power, Arnold press for that delicious rotation and extra front delt work. Mix intelligently, not randomly. And don't neglect tempo. A controlled, negative, lowering phase recruits more fibers and teaches your nervous system to stabilize under stress. That's where real growth comes from. One more gem. Overhead pressing improves your lockout strength. That means better performance in everything from push-ups to pull-ups to bench press. It's not just about the V-taper, it's about building a complete upper body that performs, not just poses. If you want to look like a man who lifts, not a man who used to lift, the overhead press needs to be in your arsenal. It's not optional, it's foundational. And if your V-taper lacks size and structure, this is where you fix it. You enjoying the video? Comment where you're watching from, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, click the subscribe button. Want a video on a specific topic? Leave a $10 super thanks in the comment box and I'll create a sponsored video just for you and shout out your name here.
Number 4. Pull-ups. Let's stop pretending pull-ups are just for boot camp or gym class. If you're chasing the V-taper and you're not doing pull-ups, you're playing yourself. Pull-ups are the blueprint for that wide, winged-out upper back. They hit the upper lats like nothing else, flaring your back outward and exaggerating the taper from shoulder to waist. Want to look broader without putting on 20 pounds? Grab the bar. Now here's where it gets fun. Pull-ups are brutally honest. There's no faking strength here. You either pull your weight or you don't. And that's what makes them such a powerful tool. Not just for muscle, but for accountability. If you want a tapered back, wide grip is the move. Not crazy wide, ego-lifting wide, just enough to target the lats without turning it into a bicep curl with bad form. Form matters. Pull your chest to the bar, not your chin. Engage your scapular first. Think pull with your elbows, not your hands. Full range, full control. No kipping unless you're in a CrossFit competition. And even then, please don't. If you're over 40 and can't do one yet, that's fine. Start with negatives, bands, assisted machines. Just don't skip them. Pull-ups are like compound interest. Every rep builds on the last. You might suck at first. Most people do. But if you stick with it, your back will grow wings. Also, don't underestimate the bonus effects. Pull-ups hit your arms, your shoulders, your core. Everything has to work together. And unlike rowing machines or lat pull-downs, your body has to stabilize itself in free space. That's real-world strength. Want a fast track? Train pull-ups 2 to 3 times per week. Vary the grip, wide, neutral, underhand. Change tempo. Add holds at the top. Do weighted when ready. You're not just working muscles, you're teaching your nervous system to dominate the hardest body weight move out there. Pull-ups are the kingmaker of back training. They build thickness and width. They're scalable, brutal, and absolutely essential if you want that pronounced V frame. No excuses. Grab the bar, earn the wings. Number 3. Push-ups, high volume or weighted. Think push-ups are basic? That's because most people do them basically wrong. When done right, with volume, intensity, or added resistance, push-ups become a high-performance body sculpting weapon. For building the V-taper, they're your secret chest and shoulder polishers. Push-ups hit the chest, front delts, and triceps, all while lighting up your core. That's a full upper body session without touching a single machine. And when your core is tight and your pecs are full, that waist looks smaller. The taper pops. Physics doesn't lie. Here's what most guys do. Sloppy reps, no tension, hips sagging like a hammock in July. That's not a push-up, that's a shoulder injury waiting to happen. Lock in your form, hands just outside shoulder width, elbows at about 45 degrees, abs braced, glutes tight, lower slow, drive up hard. That's a rep that matters. Want growth? You need volume. High-rep sets with tight form create muscular density. Want more challenge?
Elevate your feet. Add a weighted vest. Try tempo sets, cluster reps. Push-ups are infinitely scalable, and they never stop being effective if you keep them honest. Push-ups also train scapular movement and shoulder stability, which supports better pressing mechanics overall. They make you better at overhead press, dips, even pull-ups. The stronger your push-up, the more resilient your entire upper body becomes. Push-ups also build that mental toughness nobody wants to talk about. Grinding through 50 reps with clean form after a long day? That's discipline. That's edge. And yes, that's how you look sharper, leaner, more athletic without overcomplicating your training. Want to train smarter? Superset push-ups with rows or pull-ups. Chase the pump, flood the upper body with blood. That combo expands the chest, tightens the core, and stretches your shirt across the shoulders. Exactly what the V-Taper needs. So stop treating push-ups like warm-up fluff. They're one of the most efficient tools for building size, shape, and strength that actually looks like something. No equipment, no excuses, just reps, just results.
Number 2. Cable crossover. The favorite move of every guy who's ever admired their own chest in the mirror. And guess what? He's not wrong. When it comes to sculpting that outer pec line and widening your upper torso, cable crossovers are the underrated sniper shot in the V-Taper toolkit. Unlike bench press, which builds raw mass, the cable crossover targets detail. It brings out the shape, sharpens the edges, and enhances the illusion of width up top, especially when paired with a narrow waist. And illusion matters. You don't need to be 220 pounds to look jacked. You need proportions. The beauty of cables? Constant tension. From the start of the rep to the finish, your chest doesn't get a break. That's time under tension, and that's how muscle gets carved, not just built. Focus on form, slight bend in the elbows, chest up, and drive the handles inward like you're hugging a barrel, not clapping your hands. And don't go heavy like you're trying to PR a bench press. This is finesse work. Moderate weight, high focus, slow and controlled. If your ego's lifting more than your pecs, you're doing it wrong. Crossover angle matters too. High to low hits the lower chest. Low to high brings in the upper chest. Mid-level hits the sweet spot for width. Rotate through all three and build a full, complete chest, not just two inflated balloons under your collarbone. A better chest actually makes your waist look tighter. That's right, by widening and defining your upper torso, you create a more dramatic taper. It's like visual trickery, except it's backed by biomechanics and aesthetics. And let's not forget posture. Strong, active pecs from cable crossovers help pull your shoulders back and open up your chest. Especially important for guys over 40 who've spent decades hunched at desks, in cars, or scrolling on their phones. Want to get more out of the movement? Superset cable crossovers with push-ups. That's a pump you'll feel for days, and it forces your chest to work in both isolation and compound movement, the perfect 1-2 punch for growth and shape. The crossover isn't just a vanity move. It builds control, balance, and symmetry, traits that matter when you're chasing an aesthetic that turns heads. If your pecs are soft or flat, you're missing the detail work. Plug this in and watch your frame sharpen.
Number 1. Straight arm lat pull downs. This isn't just some fancy warm-up you rush through on the way to the real lifts. It's one of the most precise lat isolating exercises you can do, and it's essential if you want that razor-sharp V-taper that screams power. Most guys butcher it. They lean back, swing their torso, and basically turn into a weird half-row, half-shrug combo. Stop that. This move is about control, tension, and laser-targeted engagement. Stand tall, slight hinge at the hips, arms straight but not locked, and sweep the bar down in a smooth arc using your lats, not your arms. When done right, the straight arm pull down stretches your lats at the top and forces a deep contraction at the bottom. This movement teaches you to feel your lats working, building the all-important mind-muscle connection. And for guys over 40 who've been lifting on autopilot for years, that connection is the key to waking up dormant muscle fibers and actually making progress again. Another bonus, it protects your shoulders. Since your arms stay straight and the movement isn't overloaded, you can push volume without trashing your joints. That means more reps, more frequency, and more chances to carve out that sweeping back that makes your waist look non-existent. Want more depth? Pair this with pull-ups or rows. Use it as a pre-fatigue primer or a burnout finisher. Add pause reps at the bottom to build control and increase time under tension. If you want to level up, use a rope attachment and pull apart at the bottom for even more lat fiber recruitment. Here's the reality. If you want that sharp, commanding V-taper, you can't just bench and hope for the best. Each of these 6 exercises was chosen with surgical precision to reshape your physique from every angle. Dumbbell lateral raises carve out the side delts for shoulder width. Overhead presses bring mass and power to your upper frame. Pull-ups sculpt those upper lats, adding that wide wing effect. Push-ups, when done with volume or weight, tighten the chest and core for lean structure. Cable crossovers refine the pecs and exaggerate the taper visually. And straight arm lat pull downs, they lock in that final detail that pulls the whole silhouette together. Combine all 6 with intention, and your frame won't just change, it'll demand attention. Want a video on a specific topic? Leave a $10 super thanks in the comment box, and I'll create a sponsored video just for you and shout out your name here. You like the video? Leave your comment. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.